It's understandable.
Welcome to Books and Whatever Else, and I'm Ashley Dark, and this is Stuart Bray.
Sup?
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 You're my first guest on this, so we'll see how it fucking
Hey,
goes. And
well, are you a little nervous? Like, not
my
because,
hands are sweating like a motherfucker.
yeah, I believe that. So, like, it's all good. We're chill. We're in this together.
We got this.
Okay, we got it. All right. Yes, we got this.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with how was your day?
Uh, it's fine. It was a very fine day.
Yeah,
It was a fine little day. So nothing great, but
nothing spectacular that happened.
no, I mean nothing like awesome happened. It was very bearable. It's a bearable day. So
Yeah.
yeah, a
All
bearable
right,
day.
so let's ask you some questions. What got you into writing? What made you be like, you know what? I want to write a book. I want to, was it an author or a book or just an idea that you had?
Actually, I'd always written short stories. Even as a kid, I would like take paper and I would draw a cover. And I always did this book I always made called Field of Terror, and it was based on like Children of the Corn. And I would
Mm-hmm.
draw like cool ass covers. I'd make sequels to it, but I wouldn't draw the pictures. I would actually write it as a kid with like crayon, and I'd make like this whole book. It's only like a couple pages long, but I would make, all right, I'm gonna make a sequel, and I would make like I made like 8 of these Fields of Terror books, these little handmade books. Uh, so I've always written short stories and all that crap, like even in high school and stuff. But one day I was watching the show Californication, and in that show, he's an author. And for some reason, that first episode, he's at like a book signing, or it like pans in on there. It's like a bookstore, and he's doing a signing or something, and the camera zooms in all the way to this bookstore, and his book is like sitting on this table, and it's just zooming towards it. And I'm like, man, I don't know why, but this was like 2016, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just write a book. And everyone around me is just like, you're gonna write a book. I was like, I'm gonna write a book. I don't know why. I feel that urge to just do it. And funny enough, I will always give credit to Californication for me starting to write my first book.
I've watched that too. I've watched that too.
Love that show, and I was just I haven't went back and watched it since then, but I started working on it. I
Californication.
think it took me like 3 years to write it. Yeah, so it took me 3 years to write that first book, and not because it's so long. It's just because I was like, maybe I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I
Not
should do some
second
more.
guessing yourself.
Maybe I should just, whip some more of that. So that book is fucking off the wall because it was a range of emotions. I was just like, so that 3 year period, you go through a lot in 3 years, like different feelings and whatever, life events and whatnot. And voila, 3 years later, I was like, oh, look, I have this book. So this poorly edited book.
Oh yeah, my first was horribly edited.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was so smart. I was like, man, I that people are gonna read. I was like sharing it with people, and now I look back on it and I'm like, damn, like that's rough. Somebody was sitting there and they read that and they're like, probably like, yeah, I should probably tell him not to do this, but let's just see how it goes. They're probably like, that's pretty rough, but but I'm happy now with it, so it's all good.
So, The Heretic, that was your first published.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that. Where'd the inspiration for that come from?
The Witch.
I love that movie.
Yeah, The Witch did that to me. Like, I will flat out, the Witch was definitely my inspiration for that. There's a lot of different little things in it that were inspiring. Funny enough, the video game for PlayStation 2, Twisted Metal Black, is a big weirdly big inspiration for that book. That and The Witch. I don't know why. Well, there's like a scene where this preacher um is in The Heretic, and like I describe him the way that in the game, the preacher who like actually put the curse on Sweet Tooth. Like I pretty much made that character.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about. You know what?
I've been here for a long time. It's like that whole. So
The nerd came out. No.
yeah, so that is literally like I have such odd inspirations. Californication, The Witch. It's so weird, but The Heretic was like heavily. If you read The Heretic, the first page, the whole opening scene is like my homage to The Witch. So flat out, like the goat and all everything, Black Phillip, everything.
I'm gonna have to reread that. It's been a while. I think that was one of the first books of yours that I read besides Violence on the Meek.
Yeah. Oh, what really? The Heretic
Yeah.
was.
Hmm.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
Violence on the
OG.
Meek kind of just, snatched my soul.
Yeah, it happens. Like it's a big difference. There's a big
Yeah.
like. I think I went through like something while writing the Heretic because as I said, it was a range of emotions. So you're reading it and you're like, oh, this is a good little horror story. Oh, and then it's just out of nowhere slaps
Mhm.
your tits, just just slaps the fuck out of your tits, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. It just goes full blown extreme, like teenagers taking their skin off, like not ripping it off. I'm talking like not even like aliens. I'm talking like they just were like, okay, here's a hole here. And they would
Just wreck.
literally rip their flesh apart. And then they all do. They're all in like it's during a field party, and this kid that no, they invited to the main character. He's just like Ren. He's just like, what the fuck? Like all his these kids he goes to school with are removing their flesh and starting to like walk around on it, and it's just smushing under their feet and stuff. And that was like kind of a Hellraiser inspiration, and
Yeah.
like man, and then from that point it goes full blown just what in the fuck? It's funny because people think violence on the meat, it is violent, but when it comes to like off the wall fucking insanity, The Heretic takes the cake on any of my books. Plain and simple, because there was no direction. It was just like, this sounds cool. I'm putting it in there. I gotta make a
Just gonna
story out
do
of
it.
this. So yeah, that's that. I think I like going way beyond your questions.
Hey,
When
that's
like I don't
fine.
know why that happens. And I know it makes for such a long fucking interview when your guest doesn't
It's
stick to
fine.
the fucking topic. I'm trying. I'm trying to stick to the topic.
I was actually probably going to make you go on a little bit more because one of the things I like about you as an author is you have Violence on the Meek, which is like a fuck you motherfuckers in your face type shit. And then you
Yeah.
have Obscurus. Am I saying it right?
1939. Yeah.
That's something I don't normally read, but I read it and I kind of fell in love with it because it shows the range of your writing, how you can do more than just the wildness and stuff. I really, really enjoyed that. I haven't read Every Little Flaw yet, but Jason has been screaming about me to do that.
Yeah, that Jason's really big on that one. I've heard like so much about. I tend to forget about that book sometimes. Every little flaw, like I think about, and it literally was just a book I wrote to hold over because I
Mhm.
had just released The Heretic, and I was like, okay, I need to release something. I don't want people to forget who I am, which at the time I didn't know. Having a backlog is very good, um, but I was like, okay, I got to get something out there. I'm so excited. I'm still high off my first release that, sold to all my family members.
Me
And I
too.
was like, yay, I can make another $60 off this. So while I was writing, I wrote Every Little Flaw as a build up to Cotton Candy, which was like my third. And then Broken Pieces of June, which is my fourth, and so on and so forth.
What's your
But
favorite?
my favorite book that I've ever written,
Mhm.
Uh, it's a weird question because not coming from you. I'm not saying it's a weird
Yeah.
question for me to answer because I'm like, how do you even like? I don't. Is that
Which one,
cocky?
like, which one just, I don't know, are you the most proud of? Maybe that's a,
Obscure 1939, or it was Sour Under the Flesh.
that was
It
really good.
was that one until Blade in the Bath come out, and then it's definitely. I think Blade in the Bath. If I could have two books that I'd be known for, or that launched me even higher, or wherever I'm at, it just gave me a launch even higher, whatever that glass ceiling, whatever. It would probably be Blade in the Bath and Obscurus. Those would probably be the two that I would love to get launched to the stratosphere, sitting on, just riding them to the
That's
moon.
another thing that shows your like your talent for writing is how you wrote Blade in the Bath. It came
Oh
off like a basically like a screenplay.
yeah,
I absolutely loved it.
I
And
can't take I can't take all. Like the thing is, I don't know if I'm not going to really mention the editor because I don't want to make people think that this person's going to just edit everyone's books. But my editor, that's so weird. I did that little thing like my editor, and it was like, "Is it you?" It's not me. It's not. But
that
my
was
editor,
bougie as fuck.
my editor is watching this, so I know I can wink wink. But it was his idea. When I was writing it, I pictured it like a movie in my head. And I know people say that, like, oh, yeah, I'm writing this book, and obviously you're going to picture it in your head, like you're going to play it out. No, I literally pictured it like an old school grindhouse flick where it has like the cigarette burns that pop up and the
Mhm.
gritty static that pops up when the movie comes on. And I pictured like some dude's voice being like the Texas Chainsaw. It's like it's even in the summer of 1974, four students went up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm picturing that, and that's what that's what I'm picturing. And little specks on the screen. It's shot in like 8 millimeter. It's fucking gritty. Um, that's what
I
I
understand.
literally was writing this with that film with it in my head. I'm like, even when like certain the reel would end, like you're watching it at a movie theater and it's on a reel, and then the reel ends, you have to change it to the second reel. It's a whole fucking process. So I'm like, okay, okay, the fucking video's being recorded. I got it. Fuck off. But
It's telling you that we're watching you.
yeah, like what's up with that? Like, um, and if I happen to like point at my screen any, it's because I get scam likely calls. I'll have to keep pushing reject on. But yeah, I mean, I literally it it plays like a movie because that's literally how I pictured it when I was writing it. Like I did an intermission, and I in my head I pictured an audience sitting there watching this movie. And during the intermission, they all got up and went to get popcorn or whatever. But there's a little short story inside of Blade in the Bath, and I'm picturing like, okay, so maybe some people sat behind, and they're like, I want to watch this. I don't have to pee, so
Yeah,
I
I
want to
just want to
say
sit here.
I want to sit here and watch this intermission. So I'm good with that. Um, yeah, so that's literally why you read it like that because I
That was like a treat. It was like a
yeah
treat. And, you're reading like this awesome story. They tell you, you let us know, here's a break, but here, while you're waiting, have something
yeah.
else awesome. No, I enjoyed that. I
That,
thought that was fun.
well, thank you. And as I said, it was my editor's decision to put the cigarette. There's actual cigarette burns in the when you're reading the book, like there's cigarette burns. I'm not sure if that's on the Kindle version. I have no idea. I've never actually looked at it, so I don't know. But the physical paperback version has the cigarette burns throughout the book. So, and then a cast list and all that at the end. So, yeah. And I'm literally picturing these characters like a movie.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
So, what about other authors? What's it like some of your favorite authors, or maybe some of your favorite like books that you've read?
Uh, that is one that I really like to answer because I've answered this a few times now. I would say my one of my favorite books. It's tough on a favorite, but like my top five in no particular order would be like the Count of Monte Cristo, Lord of the Flies, Hatchet, the Hatchet series, um, Slaughterhouse Five, Animal Farm, yeah, Great Gatsby,
Some really good
yeah,
ones. Those are some really good ones.
yeah.
Uh,
I like those. Those. Are just my kind of. I like that like the classic literature kind of thing. Like Count of Monte Cristo is like very would be considered classic literature, but that's one of my odd favorites. And a lot of my books, if anyone, I've had nobody ever come up to me and say, "Hey man, I got that reference about the Count of Monte Cristo in your book. I got it. I got that. I see what you're doing. I see you." No one's ever done that. So it's more for me. I have little things from the Count of Monte Cristo, but like sprinkled throughout each like some of my books, and it's like my little nod. So
I kind of do that. I did that in Gothic Filth for Violence on the Meek. I kind of gave it a couple
the
little,
little razzle dazzle, little
I got
sprinkle of
the
it.
one of the covers in the back.
Yes,
This
I saw that. I saw you. Oh, I didn't see those. I didn't see the ones behind your chair. The whole like lineup. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Look, you got "I'll Bury You Tomorrow," the pumpkin, the Halloween version. I don't even have a
I
couple of that.
love I love this. When you had put it out, I had just started reading your stuff, I believe, and I was like, oh my God, I had to get it immediately. It just
Gotta
looks
get it.
it looks so good.
That's like a cover that I wish I could make like holographic, like the flames kind of turn it, or like a Charizard Pokemon.
Yeah, I get it though.
Yeah, that'd
More of
be
our nerds showing. More of our nerds
yeah,
showing.
that'd be so tense. But yeah, yeah, that's pig. You have the pig cover. You have like the OG cover. Yeah, look
Also,
at that.
I love this.
Oh yeah,
I
look at that.
I seen it online and I was like, oh, is he gonna have it at a con? I need it. I like all your special book covers. Like I try to.
Yeah, I said it's funny because I'll have people send me books to sign, and I don't even own. Like someone sent me like an original Violence on the Meek, like not when I did the retro pig cover release. Someone had like the original, like my first release of Violence on the Meek ever,
Oh wow,
and they sent it to me to sign it, and I was like, "Damn, that's so cool."
that's
And
awesome.
this person in particular gets every variation of every one of my books. If I have a new cover or anything, they are the first person that comes to me, and they're like, "Yo, yeah, I see you got a new cover. I need it for my
Let
Bray
me get
shelf.
it.
Let me get that. Let me get up in it. Let me
So,
get it."
is there anything that you're working on that you can talk about, or anything that you're excited about?
Uh, there is one thing I'm working on that we have not announced yet. Me and Jason Nicky are working on. I also have a project I want to start soon with Chuck Nasty. Um, the one with Jason Nicky and I is a sequel to another book that we've written together. I will not say which. I'll just say one thing. It's not Hillbillies and Homicidal Maniacs 3. I will say that. But it is. What other books have we done together? Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. But
Speaking of this, this cover is also gas.
yeah, I love that cover.
I love this.
That's one of my favorite covers.
Just y'all right on the front, right on the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah,
Um,
it's actually shockingly accurate on me. When I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's like Jason wouldn't really walk around with his stomach hanging out like that. And I'm like, okay, so they exaggerated you a little bit. And then I look over at me and I'm like, well, all right.
um,
Well, I think the only thing that I wouldn't do in this picture is wear overalls, but other than that, everything
pretty
matches
much.
up. And yeah. It
Well, we
matches
got a
up.
few more minutes left. I'm on a little timer here, but I did want to ask you, so what is a weird fact about yourself, or maybe a weird like talent that you have other than writing that like other people can't do?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing weird.
Oh, no, well, nothing that anyone can't do.
Well, what
Like,
about
I'm pretty sure.
something weird? Are you particular about something? Are you like for me, for instance, I don't drink out of any open cups. It has to be a bottle where I have a lid on.
I cannot take a shower with the toilet seat up. I have a bathroom phobia,
That is weird.
so I can't. I mean, like, I'm talking serious bathroom phobia. Public restrooms, especially. I,
I will poop anywhere.
it's not a thing. See, that is, I can't. If me and my son, if my youngest or oldest son, my oldest son's 6, my youngest is 3, and if I obviously still take them to the bathroom if we're out and about, and one of them has to like pee or something, I'm like, look, I gotta pee, and I'm like, oh. So I'm like, look, game plan, let's get this. I'll pick them up from underneath their arms, carry them in the bathroom. I'm like, do your business. Don't touch nothing, nothing. Don't touch. I mean nothing. Because I mean they're short enough that their hands are so close to the urinal, like the bottom of the urinal. I'm like, dude, oh man, if their hand were to hit that, oh, I throw the kid away. I have to throw the whole kid away. It would it. I'm like,
Just
don't
yeet
touch
the whole
nothing.
kid.
Oh man, dude, public restrooms. Oh, I've seen some things, and
I have to.
I've turned
I used to
around.
clean them.
Yeah, truck stop bathroom. I've literally walked in at one point, and I was already hesitant. It's a freaking truck stop bathroom. I already have a problem with public restrooms, and I walked in, saw something, and I was like, "Yep, I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm out."
I'm out.
So yeah, that's a the weird thing about me. I have a bathroom phobia. If
Mhm.
someone like pees in the toilet while I'm taking a shower, I feel disgusted.
No, so
I'm like,
nobody can go poop while you're taking a shower.
oh man, oh no. I no, I don't do no, no. If I see a hair that someone has, I got a hair sticking on the wall of the shower. No,
That's so
no, dude, hotels
no.
and stuff. I mean, I got to when we go to cons and stuff. I got to take a shower, and
Mhm.
I'm literally that is a real challenge. I'm talking sandals in the shower. Kind of thing.
Like the jail slippers.
Yeah, dead serious. I'm not. Oh man, that kind of got me all kind of. Oh
Now you're gonna go check your bathroom when you get done. Like, is everything right?
yeah,
Everything's good.
yeah. If someone's trash is too full in the bathroom, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
Gone. I don't do that. I don't mess around with that. Clean bathroom. It's a happy place where you can go and just be yourself. And I'm not trying to
So
have it be.
neutral.
I'm just not trying to have it be nasty. I don't want to sit and fill like that. That's
Stuart
nah.
Bray, scared of dirty toilets.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up. I really appreciate you coming on. Maybe I get a little bit better at this. I can make it a little longer and shit. Love to have you back eventually.
No, heck yeah. Hey, you did good. It was a learning experience.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't get to ask all your questions. I know you didn't get to.
Oh shoot, I have more plan like this anyway. I just like
All
to
right.
have a set plan, something just so I come on and I'm not like, what the fuck is going on? I at least knew what was going on.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all about it, and I'm glad to learn with you.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad to be here for this experience.
My
You
hands have
grew as
still
a
been
person
sweating
today.
the whole time.
Yeah. See, you grew as a person today, and I'm proud.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're both going to be at TBRCon, right?
Yep.
Knoxville
Yep.
and St. Louis.
And St. Louis. Me and Judith are sharing a table at St.
Yeah,
Louis.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm sorry. I was shaking yesterday. I felt like such a fangirl. I cried. I told my husband, I was like, oh my God. Like,
I mean, ain't that awesome though? Sharing a table with Judith though, like, ain't that's like, if anything, like that alone is pretty
yeah,
freaking awesome.
yeah.
So
It just makes me feel like I have accomplished what I set out to do by
yeah,
being able to do that.
that's awesome. I'm very proud of you. I think that's awesome. You've come a
Thank,
long way.
thank you. And I appreciate you being a mentor and a friend the whole way. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this at all. I wouldn't have had the balls to like be doing. I probably would still be like, man, I want to write. So I appreciate
My heart feels off. All I feel feelings.
you. Shut the fuck up. Go fuck off. Thanks for coming on the show. Bye,
Peace.
bitch.